Grace and peace to you. Welcome to Morning Watch. I'm Rob, one of the pastors here at White Plains. Glad to have you with us today. Good morning, Kenna. Good morning to y'all whenever you're watching. Thanks for being here. This is where we gather for a song and a thought for the day. So glad you're with us whenever you're watching. Morning, Faye. Morning, Floretta. Well, let's begin our time together by going to God in prayer. I watch this morning for the light that the darkness has not overcome, and I watch for the fire that was in the beginning that burns still in the brilliance of the rising sun. I watch for the glow of life that gleams in the growing earth and glistens in sea and sky. I watch for your light, O God, in the eyes of every living creature, and to the ever-living flame of my own soul. If the grace of seeing were mine this day, I would glimpse you in all that lives. Oh, grant me the grace of seeing this day. Grant me the grace of seeing. Amen and amen. Good morning, Judy. Glad to have you with us. All right, so back here and grab a different guitar. Got the baritone today just because of the key. And I thought this song about vision and clarity and faith would be an appropriate song for our reading today. This was either the... Good morning, Emma. Good morning, Terry. This is either the first or second song. I can't remember if I did this or God of Wonders first. When I started Morning Watch many, many years ago. And certainly if it wasn't the first song, it was right in my brain of the type of songs we could do here. Get it started here. Be thou my vision, Lord of my heart. Lord, be all else to me. Say that thou art. Thou my best thought, by day or by night, waking or sleeping, thy presence. Be thou my wisdom, and thou my true word. I am with thee, and thou with me, Lord. Thou my great brother, and I true son. Thou in me dwelling, and I with thee one. Be thou my battle shield, sword for the fight. Be thou my dignity, and thou my delight. Thou my soul shelter, thou my high tower. Praise thou me heavenward, O power of my power. Riches I heed not, nor man's empty praise. Thou mine inheritance, now and always. Thou and thou only, the first in my heart. My King of heaven, my treasure. right hand, son, part of my own heart. Whatever befall, I'll still be my vision, O ruler of all. Still be my vision, O ruler of all. There you go. Oh, I bet, Faye. I bet that was amazing. I can't sing it in Gaelic. I do well enough to sing it in English. All right, really interesting reading today from our little book, This I Believe. It's called The Virtue of a Quiet Hero. The Virtues of the Quiet Hero by John McCain. Remember, this was written in 2006. This has been after his run for president. So just to give you a period of an idea of the time period. Virtues of the Quiet Hero. He writes, I believe in honor, faith, and service to one's country and to mankind. It's a lesson I learned from my family, from the men with whom I served in Vietnam, and from my fellow Americans. Take William B. Ravenel. He was in Patton's Tank Corps that went across Europe, but I knew him as an English teacher and football coach in my high school. He could make Shakespeare come alive, and he had incredible leadership talents that made me idolize him. What he taught me more than anything else was to strictly adhere to our school's honor code. If we stuck to those standards of integrity and honor, and then we could be proud of ourselves. We could serve causes greater than our own self-interest. Years later, I saw an example of honor in the most surprising of places. As a scared American prisoner of war in Vietnam, I was tied in torture ropes by my tormentors and left alone in an empty room to suffer through the night. But later in the evening, a guard that I had never spoken to entered the room and silently loosened the ropes to relieve my suffering. Just before morning, that same guard came back and retightened the ropes before his less humanitarian comrades returned. He never said a word to me. But some months later, on a Christmas morning, as I stood alone in the prison courtyard, that same guard walked up to me and stood next to me for a few moments. And then with his sandal, the guard drew a cross in the dirt. We stood wordlessly there for a moment or two, venerating the cross, until the guard rubbed it out and walked away. To me, that was faith. A faith that unites and never divides. A faith that bridges unbridgeable gaps in humanity. I'm just going to read that again. To me, he writes, that was faith. A faith that unites and never divides. A faith that bridges unbridgeable gaps in humanity. It is the faith that we are all equal, all endowed by our Creator with inalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is a faith I would die to defend. My determination to act with honor and integrity impels me to work in service to my country. I have believed that the means to real happiness and the true worth of a person is measured by how faithfully we serve a cause greater than our own self-interest. In America, we celebrate the virtues of the quiet hero, the modest man who does his duty without complaint or expectation of praise, the man who listens closely for the call of his country, and when she calls, he answers without reservation, not for fame or reward, but for love. I have been an imperfect servant of my country, and my mistakes rightly humble me. I have tried to live by these principles of honor, faith, and service because I want my children to live by them as well. I hope to be a good example to them so that when their generation takes our place, they will make better decisions and continue to pave the path toward righteousness and freedom. How about that, folks? John McCain was the son, at the time of this writing, is the son and grandson of U.S. Navy admirals. After graduating from Annapolis as a naval aviator, like my dad, McCain was shot down over North Vietnam and spent 5 years as a prisoner of war. He's been a U.S. Senator from Arizona since 1986. He ran for president in 2000. You know, I will always have memories of that election between Barack Obama and John McCain. Probably one of the last times I felt really good about either side of an election. It was one of the things that moved me about that election was the debate that they had, where it was a town hall style debate. They took questions from the audience. And a woman asked John McCain about some conspiracy theories that were going around at the time about Barack Obama. You know, he was not an American citizen. You know, he was a communist or a Muslim fundamentalist or whatever. I don't remember exactly which conspiracy theory she was spouting, but she was giving him misinformation and wanting McCain to affirm that. And I remember how, almost with a look of sadness on his face, he spoke in quiet tones to her and said, "No, ma'am, that's, those things that you've heard are not true. My opponent is a good man. And we differ on our vision for this country and our solutions for this country." And he, held very firm that he would be a different president and that he would have a different view than his opponent. But he refused to denigrate his opponent with things that simply weren't true. And I remember watching it and thinking, wow, an honest politician. Yeah. Of course, he was much more than a politician. He was a great man who serving his country was just one of the things that he did. Anyway, I thought that was a powerful reading for us today, and just the story of connecting with another human that you are at war with, that is part of the force that is holding you captive and torturing you, and finding any compassion or any humanity, any faith that bridges unbridgeable gaps. That inspiration alone will keep me going through the day. And I hope for you as well. I know, that was a great essay, wasn't it, Kenna? Thank you. Yeah, this has been a good book for us, I think. Certainly I'm enjoying it. Hope you are as well. And I'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for another morning watch. May you find peace and purpose in this day. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.